Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. So for today, what I what I have for you is this beaded fringe. No, would I call this fringe? Okay, beaded sleeves. So this pattern, yes, is connected to the back. So to for this tutorial, we'll be needing um your needle and thread. This is a normal sewing thread. However, this is not the normal beading needle. This needle is extra thin. I got it from AliExpress. So you can go to AliExpress and just click on beading needles. It's not like the type you get in the market that is sold in the market in the bead supply stores. So you also need your scissors. You need your measuring tape. You will need your beads. You can use any bead of your choice, but what I use, these are size 2 seed beads. I mixed it up with size 4. These are size 4 crystal beads. So to start up, you first of all mark the place where you want your beads. You have to mark where you want your beads to start from. So and again, you will need your, this is an embroidery marker pen. It fades away. It's not a normal pen. It fades away. I got this from AliExpress. So you start by marking where you want the beads to stay. So this is it. I'm going to do 6 steps. So I've marked the first step. Don't know if you can see it here. Yes, I've marked the first one, so I'm going to mark 5 more, about a 1/4 of an inch apart, both the front and the back. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forget about the color of the marker, to fade away. So to get the back, you just trace, just follow this line you've marked. Just mark on the back. You know this is a net, so it's going to show at the back. This is a tulle sleeve, so this is the second one, third, fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth, and sixth. So that is it about marking. Now we're going to start beading. So I've threaded my needle and thread. So for the first step, we're going to use our measuring tape to measure it after we finish stringing on the beads. And the first step is going to be 14.6, if I'm getting that correctly. So you can use whatever length you want to use. You can use whatever type of beads you want. So let's attach. The dress is a bit heavy, sorry. So we're going to attach. Okay, so we're starting with the first step here. So this is it. So for you to pick up your beads faster, you need this type of booklet. So all you need to do now is just to, instead of picking the bead one, it takes longer time. So you just swipe left, or if you're a lefty, you swipe right. So once you pick up certain amounts of this bead, I'll mix it up with my crystal bead. Swipe again. That's how you continue till you get to your length. So get to the length you need. So swipe again, swipe, put in your bead. You pick up this one. If I wasn't using this crystal bead, it would have been much, this size 4 crystal bead, it would have been much more faster. because all I have to do, I will swipe, feel this, push this down, swipe, feel the needle, push it down. Before you know it, the needle will be filled with your beads. So let me get to the required length and then we'll continue. So I have strung on some beads. This is the length, this is it. So now we're going to check if we've gotten up to the required length we need. So to do that, you use your fingertip and push the beads so that none will be dancing on the string. Then you place your tip up here on this last bead. While holding it, you hold the tape too and measure down to see if you've gotten. So we have actually gotten and surpassed it. Remember I told you we need 5.6 and we have 15 here. So I'll just approximate and count the number of beads I have to take. So I have to take up about 4 or 5 seed beads off. So I will count that from up here and take the measurement again. So I'm taking out 5. Yeah, taking out 5. So after taking this out, I'll measure again. That's it. It will be much more easier if you have a mannequin. Then you don't need to be going through all these steps of measuring and not measuring. Once you have your mannequin, you can eyeball it and get the required length. So as I don't have a mannequin, I have to improvise, and this is my own way of doing this. So I'm measuring again, and I have what I need. So now I'm going to tie this off. So I'm going to pass my needle through this last bead from under it and then pull it, not gently, just pull it gently so that the beads won't be too stiff. Just pull it gently, that's it. Then we'll go back to the back where we marked the first, this thing. Our spot where we mark the first one, and then we'll pass our needle down from up, push, and then we will knot off. We'll create a knot. Tie. Do this again and tie. So if my thread was long enough again to contain the next step, what I would have done would have been to pass it to the next step here and then continue beading. And then this time around, the next layer would be, I'm increasing each layer by 1 inch. So since I had 14.6 in this first layer, the next layer will be 15.6, the third 16.6, fourth 17, 18, 19. Since I have 6 layers, so that's how you're going to do it. But since my thread is not enough, so I'm going to cut this off and string on another thread, and continue. So let me string a thread in, a fresh thread. So I just thought to show you how I string this extremely thin needle. This is a fishing line I got from AliExpress also. It is very, very tiny. This is the size. I don't know if you can see. I think this is the thread they use for all those Indian George materials they bead on for Ari beading and temple beading and the rest. This is a thread. It is very thin. I've forgotten the size. I got it on AliExpress also. So what I did was I cut off a piece of it. Tiny piece of it, and I'm using it as my DIY needle threader. So this is it. I cut a piece of it and created a loop. I don't know if you can see the loop. This is the loop. So I'm going to try and make the loop pointy. Yes, I'll make it pointy and then try pass it into this hole, into the hole of my needle, because other than this you will not be able to thread this needle with the normal sewing thread. So I've brought the loop out. Now I'll get my thread. This is my normal sewing thread, and then I'll pass it through the loop. I don't know if you can see this clearly. Pass this through the loop. Yes, are you seeing? It's through the loop now. So I'm going to hold this and pull my loop back. Are you seeing? And remove my loop. This is my loop, and that's it. Voila, we have threaded our needle, and you draw up to the required length you need. Now I'm going to make this thread double long so that I can use it for both this layer and the next layer. But be careful not to make it too long so that you will avoid tangling. So that's it for threading these extremely thin needles. If you have a needle threader, you can avoid this step. As I don't have, I had to do a DIY needle threader. So let's go to the next step. The next layer, we'll repeat the same thing we did for the other time. We'll pass it to the next spot you marked. Pass it through the next spot we marked. And that's not it. Yes. I know there is already a loop at the end of the thread, but just to be extra careful, we'll be creating just another knot up here to avoid it tearing fast. And then we'll continue to pick up our beads like how I showed you earlier. Scoop and pick up one of the crystal beads. You scoop till you get your required length, or you've threaded an adequate amount of beads on the thread. Then you use your measuring tape and measure. So let me get enough beads on this thread. So I am done stringing my beads, and I have measured it off the camera to save time. So I'm going to secure the last bead here so that it will not be dancing so much. Secure it, and then I'll pass it to the next space we have marked here, which is this. Pass it down. Pass it down, and then I'm going to knot it. Then give a second knot again, and that's it, guys. So remember what I said, if you have a long enough thread like I do now, so all I will do now will be to pass it to the next. This is the next space now, so pass it down. And that's it. And that's it. We'll pass it down. Then, just to be extra safe, create a knot again. Create a knot at the base, just to be extra cautious, so that you avoid beads flying about for cut thread. And then you continue. So now this is 14.6. The next one I did was 15.6. This one now will be 16.6, 17, 18, 19. You can go down as long as you want, and you can come up. You can continue this upwards, and but that means as you're going upwards, you're reducing the size, or which I might do that. I don't know yet, depending on time, because I need this dress for this weekend. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like my channel, like my videos, subscribe to my channel. And for my subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Bye.